Hello YouTubers, my name is Daryl and today I want to talk to you about Planet X, Nibiru, Wormwood, Comet L9, because basically they're all the same thing. Before we begin, I just want to send a message out to the trolls. Your comments will just be deleted. I'm not going to waste my time. I'm not going to worry about them too much. If you are a user engaging in constructive criticism, that's fine. But if you feed the trolls, you will be removed. Bottom line is, don't feed the trolls and they'll go away because there's no food for them. So now let's get started. There's been a lot of talk lately about seismic activity, earthquakes and so forth. I just kind of want to show you a couple programs that I've been using. One of them which is called 3D Quake, and the other one is GEE, which is provided by the USGS. Both of these programs are available in their source binaries, meaning if you're a developer like me, you are able to take those binaries and change some things around, recompile them. The main point is that you're able to point them to a different data source. There's been a lot of talk about seismic activity being removed from the USGS's websites and monitoring centers after it becomes available when an event is detected. Basically, I have some servers which basically I mirror the data as it comes into the monitoring centers, and that data is unedited in any way, so I always have a fresh and clean copy on my servers to pull information from, so that way I'm not messing around with it being removed. And I'm going to show you basically how that is taking place here. Basically here, what happens is, this is GEE, which is provided by the USGS. This program here, if I show you, you will be able to see all these little arrows here on the screens. Are those little triangles? Those are sensors located throughout the world. Here I'm going to show you the United States real quick here. This is the United States, and as you see, we have a lot of sensors here in the United States. Basically how the system works is when an event is detected, say for example if it was in this area here where my mouse pointer is, this sensor picks that up, and then it basically sends that event off to a server where it's cataloged and stored for later viewing by the USGS. Over here we have a program which is called 3D Quake. Now you're going to see a lot of people uploading videos. The disinformationist people. What you'll find when you go to their videos is they have advertisements on there. If you ever come across a video on YouTube relating to Planet X or Nibiru that has advertisements, you probably just want to skip it because their best interest isn't in getting you the information. Their main interest is getting revenue that's basically generated by their ads that they're running on their videos. Basically, we're going to go over this program a little bit. Basically, you have what's called on your configuration panel here, you have magnitude, which you can set from anywhere from 0 to 10, age from 0 to 7 days. What I've seen a lot of people do is, as I set the magnitude to 0 and I set the age to 7, you'll see that the map just fills up with a lot of activity. Now, take in mind that an event from anywhere from 0 to 3 is pretty normal. That happens by water mains breaking, all kinds of different stuff. So what I usually like to do is I like to keep my magnitude set at 4 and above, and then for the age, I like to keep my age, right around 2. So here's the age of 2. As the globe spins around, you'll see all the activity that's occurring. Now there's also a setting here for 0. So when I crank that up to 0, basically this is as items are coming in, this is as things are happening. So as you see right now, nothing's being posted except for the events in Japan, which we already know what's going on over there. Those are aftershocks. But the rest of the world is pretty good. So if I go back to 1 day, you'll see that there is some activity. Now take in mind that this is the data is being pulled from my server, so it has not been removed. If you download this program and load up for the last 1 day, put the magnitude as a 4 or above, you will see that a lot of this data that's down here is being removed. Now, clearly, there is definitely something going on with seismic activity in the planet, because this is just in the past day, and look at all of these events that were happening right down here. Now, I don't need to remind you that this is the Ring of Fire right here, fellas. I mean, this is a crack that spreads all the way around the world. Volcanoes sit on side of it, hence the name, you know, the Ring of Fire. So enough about that. Hopefully that gives you a good little preview and a sense of how to work this program. You have all these little other options over here, like Earth. I can take the globe off of Earth style, and then it just kind of, you know, puts a generic wireframe type Earth on there. You can set it up for night, so if it's day or night, it'll show you, you know, whether it is day or night. You can put islands on if you want to show the islands. You can put the lakes. You can put the rivers. You can sort by nation, so it basically gives you a nation grid. You can put states on there, so when it comes over to the United States, it'll give you an outline of all the states that's on there. So just some neat settings that you can have. I would also like to add that my distribution of these programs, where they're pointing to my server, I will provide that to anybody that requests it, that's actually trying to get the true and correct information out there to the public. All you have to do is just ask. You can ask me, send me a private message on YouTube, or you can visit my website, which is www.2012-Nibiru.info. On that website, I also have some other videos that have been made by other people in documentary company or film places. Like there's one on the Sumerians. Now, the thing that you have to remember, which is what I always tell people, is follow the money. We have been spending billions of dollars like it's water, you know, trillions of dollars like it's water. 1983 was when they first discovered Planet X. Basically, NASA had published this information. It was in all the newspapers, and then 3 days later they retracted their story. You never heard anything about it. And about that time was when NASA just started on a crash course of just putting all kinds of telescopes and satellites up there. The most prosperous time in the Earth's history has basically been between the years of 1995 and 2006. Back in 1983, when they discovered this, you know, they realized that something was going to happen. They needed to build underground cities, the seed vaults, so they needed money. So they put together a bunch of these financial devices where they could make lots and lots of money. But the problem was all these devices were based on lies. They basically built an economy based on lies and deceit. And basically at the end of 2006, it was pretty apparent that they could not sustain that anymore, so everything crashed. Well, then they came up with a scheme. Well, golly gosh, what do we do now? I guess we need to invent something else. Let's say that General Motors and Chrysler, we need to bail them out. We need to give them billions of dollars. So what they do is they go to these companies and they say, hey, look, we got this major event that's going to happen. We're going to give you billions of taxpayer dollars, and in turn, you're basically going to give that money back to us. And for your cooperation, we're going to give you a seat in one of these underground cities, and then we'll even let you file bankruptcy on it. And then until the event happens, you can keep your company going. You know, this is happening all over, folks. I mean, people just need to realize, you know, you got so many people that just want to, you know, block everything out and close their minds, and you can't do that. There's a couple things I want you people to do. Is I'm not going to present the information to you. It's better if you go out and search and get the information on your own. And I say that because I was pretty skeptical back until about 5 years ago. But when I actually started going and doing the research on my own, it really opened my eyes. If you go to Google, just go to Google, and I want you to do a research on FEMA coffins. There's millions and millions and millions of these coffins that have been manufactured. For what purpose? FEMA has also requested to all the food conglomerates in the United States, you know, companies like ConAgra, which actually happens to be just a few miles away from me, their corporate headquarters, and one of their board of directors has told me that they're not even manufacturing food for their normal customers anymore. FEMA put in a food request to manufacture enough freeze-dried meals to make 17 million meals per day for about the course of a year. Okay, for what purpose? You have FEMA conducting a future here just in the next few weeks, an earthquake exercise drill that's going to span 8 states. They're currently running commercials on all the affected states of the Nibiru fault, where they're called, you know, Stop, Duck, and Cover. And there's various commercials out there that you can already see if you don't live in those areas and haven't seen them already. We got a lot of stuff happening. You can go to Google, research the FEMA camps. There's a couple good YouTube videos out there where it's a runway in Florida. It's an Air Force site where there's 3 runways actually, and on these runways on the tarmac there are just rows and rows and rows of these FEMA trucks. We've all heard the rumors of the FEMA trains. I mean, this is real, people. This is what's going on right now. You really need to go do the research and you know, draw your own conclusions, and your only conclusion is going to be something's going on. This will be my first video. I will have other videos that follow. This will be part 1 of my series. I don't know how many parts it's going to be, but thanks for watching, and I really do hope that some of this information has been helpful to some of you people. And like I said, if you want copies of the programs that I have recompiled to use my servers, you're more than welcome to them. Just ask, and you guys have a good evening.